Yeah. Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candelina every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today we have Saffron Tiger back with us. Welcome, Saffron.
Welcome. Thank you, Meena ji, for inviting me. It's been an early morning here, and because of you, I made sure that I woke up early and got ready for the live. And thank you
Thank
to
you.
Tornado also to remind me that I have to wake up early because Tornado has been very, precise in letting me know that, that make sure that you are prepared with your live and everything
Yeah,
goes smoothly.
great.
So happy to be
Great. Yeah.
back again.
Yeah. So let's start with the first thing, uh, Saffron, which is, let me just open the tweet. Yeah. So here Priyanka Singh says, in grave misuse of official position, I received a threat as a result of what transpired in yesterday's spaces. Now that is the level of nexus and infiltration I'm talking about. We'll bring it out in public domain as and when needed and most appropriate. Appropriate. And she's, tagged the Prime Minister and HM. Now, I tried to listen to her, her talk, but I couldn't understand head or tail of it, Saffron. So I don't know what, I said that, okay, after 5 minutes, she'd get to the point. She'd get to the point. But there was no point she was making. So I don't understand. Do you understand what she was talking about, Saffron?
So it can be, first of all, before I get there, I want to know if she cannot talk about the details of the threat and who is giving that threat. What is the point of putting it on social media that I am receiving threat, but I cannot tell who is giving me those threats?
Yeah.
That is the first point. And the second point is if she is getting the threat, which and she has her own reasons to tell, not disclose the name of the person who is threatening her. I want to understand what I heard a part of that space, and I did not see anywhere in that space where somebody came on the space and threatened her, or she talked about who was threatening her. It looked like to me it looked like a space which was created to whitewash some YouTubers image and the supporters of the YouTubers. That's what it looked like. But yeah, it could be possible that those are two totally separate things and I'm not aware of it. But that being said, you cannot uh, you cannot say one thing and be doing completely something else. That was the kind of thing, if you want me to throw more light on what is the backstory as per my understanding, I'd be happy to do that, but
Yeah,
I
please
didn't
do.
think that she
Please
was
do. Please
uh,
do.
yeah, okay. So to me what it looks like from the outside, and after hearing a bit of that space, was that she came there and said that certain people and certain people are doing great job in keeping the movement alive, and we are doing everything we can to keep the pressure on, to keep the public pressure on using digital medium. And I think she somewhat alluded to this point that if I go out of the movement will become very weak, something along those lines. So which I found was uh, not right according to me, but it's my personal opinion. Because first of all, according to me, she came into the movement very late. She came after 1 year and a half, when that movement had already spread its wings all around the world. And on digital medium there were a lot of people, including yourself, Minaji, who were doing everything they could in their capacity to get family into the movement, and also to spread the truth about the evidences which point towards murder of SSR. So saying that now after coming late into the movement, that if I leave the movement will weaken or even die, I don't think that is right. And it's a sincere advice, to rather unsolicited advice, to Priyanka ji, to stop being mouthpiece of certain people in the movement, because you have committed that one mistake before. You said that, like, you trusted Smita Parekh, and Smita Parekh is the genuine warrior. And later on, you tweeted that Smita Parekh, you are a backstabber. So, what did she do to backstab you? You never gave the details. What
Yeah.
did she exactly do to backstab you? And by no means, okay, I'm not supporting Smita Parik here. In fact, I am one of the first few warriors who have been against her, and I have uh, even published the evidences which were gathered by my former friend.
Yeah, you did a lot.
Yes. So, so I want to understand, like, uh, what is intention of Priyanka ji? What is she trying to do? Because I don't think that she should involve herself into these fights of SSR warriors. She's not. She should. Her aim should be to get justice for her brother. She should have nothing to do with, oh, whether Varun is having a fight and people are attacking Varun Kapoor, or Sandeep Fogart or Meena Das or anyone else for that matter, right? You are here to get justice for your brother. You do whatever is necessary to get justice for your brother. Why are you bothered about who is fighting with whom, or who he does not get along with her, or vice versa, or anything along those lines? And when you start doing that, you are taking sides. You are
Yeah.
showing that, hey, you know what? Who are you to judge that warrior A is more genuine than warrior B?
Yeah.
So, and in this case, when you do this, that's when you get manipulated, or that's when you give authority to the other person to say that, hey, you know what, I support you, and I'm going to listen to you, and whosoever you say is a genuine and others are fake. You did the same thing, and
What a
you,
condescending tone.
sorry.
What a condescending tone.
Yes, it was condescending tone, and I feel like this is getting a little out of the hand, and it is certainly not within the, like, I would say, norms of the campaign to just take sides. Because I feel, although there is no denying to it that there are certain number of fake people, but if that is the case from our perspective, those fake people are the ones who are currently or always have been close to Priyanka ji. First it was Smita Parekh, now it will be some other YouTuber.
Then
So
Nilotpal.
exactly, the Nilotpal. कितने लोगों के आप
Ankita
साथ
Lokande.
होगे? Yes, exactly. आप कितने लोगों
So
के साथ
here, a question is, Saffron, a question, what I'd like to ask her very seriously is that when Sonali Fogart died, okay, the family approached, the minister, chief minister, and said that, see, they want a CBI probe. Okay, what is stopping the sisters from approaching the Supreme Court and saying that there's such a long delay in the CBI's findings that we need you to interfere. Okay, so why are you delaying the action? You keep on going around, beating around the bush, saying this one didn't do that, that one didn't do his job. See, everybody is working voluntarily. You have a job, I have a job. Okay, we are doing this as an extra because we loved Sushant Singh Rajput and we want justice for him. This is in our whatever time we devote to him. Okay, you are the sister. You should have more attachment than even us. Yeah.
not only she is a sister, but she is a lawyer, so she knows how things work from a legal perspective.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I can understand that. We know that the judicial process is very sluggish in our country and things move at its own sluggish pace.
Yeah.
But you being a lawyer, you know exactly the nitty gritty of how you can uh, question the very system itself in a way so that it doesn't hurt your interests. And there is this comment I see on the screen: somebody is playing behind Priyanka ji to derail the movement. See, you know what? I think now it is, we have come
Too
far in
late
this
for that.
campaign. Yes. No, we cannot always say that, oh, somebody is playing game behind her, she's being manipulated and she's being brainwashed and all those things. How long are you going to keep giving uh, clean chit to Priyanka ji just because, like, she is supporting wrong people? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल शी वाज, पहले तो वो स्मिता पारिक के साथ में हर जगह पे दिखती थी, एंड देन all of us were part of some cabal. Now Smita Parik has become a backstabber. Now it is some California YouTuber, and now everyone else is fake. So this has to stop. I mean, why are certain people piggybacking on the family to prove their genuineness? while they have done enough, while they have done enough wrongful things in this campaign which they have not taken accountability for. So I find it, वो कहते हैं ना, प्रियंका जी के कंधे पर रख के बंदूक चला रहे हैं ये लोग,
Hmm.
and Priyanka ji is doing that. So if she is doing it willingly, then she is uh, as much of a perpetrator here as the other fake warriors.
Yeah.
I think she
See,
should focus
another.
on the justice for her brother rather than indulging in to
Yes.
all the
Yes.
shenanigans.
Yes. Another question is that, see, when actually Sushant was in problem, and that's the time when he approached, his father and his brother-in-law, saying that he's in trouble and he needs help, that he's being monitored, you know. So that was the time when he called out for help. What did the sisters do at that time? Now, this woman seems like a very brave lady, Priyanka Singh, because she's a lawyer and she's speaking, without mincing words. Now, why did this brave woman not actually catch his hand and take him into hiding? Very easy thing. If you really cared for your brother, all you had to do is, anonymously come there, take him and just take him into Timbuktu if you need to, but hide him. What did you and Mitu and the other sister do to protect your brother?
You are right, Meenaji. That is a very genuine question, and the response to it is that she did nothing to save him, and whatever she did later on, even after his death, was too late.
Yeah.
Now she coming out in support of certain people and giving certificates of genuineness and fakeness. I don't know where her mind is. I mean, do you care about who is fighting with whom and who cannot get along well in the campaign, or are you fighting for your murder of your brother and bringing the perpetrators to justice? I don't understand what is wrong. I have never seen a family like this. I'll be very honest. Probably I'll get a lot of hate for this, but please, in comment section, let me know if you agree with me. If you have seen a family like this who have lost their brother and who have done whatever this family has done to get justice.
Yeah.
Please let me know in comment section if you agree with me or not. And please
Yeah.
be true to yourself.
Yeah. Also, don't forget the fact that the night before Sushant was killed, you know, it was a night or a few days before. Mitu was with him, holidaying with him, and she could sense the fear in him, that he's scared about something. Now, I'm not talking about the conversation of what this other lady said, Smita Parekh said. Any sister can sense when a brother is in problem, because they are such close, it's such a close relationship that you will know what the other person feels. And she did nothing. Okay, then you talk about, and what if you're talking about this question, can I ask you another question, Priyanka? Where did all his assets go? Okay, we're talking about his BMW motorbike, all his cars, his house. Okay, he had many houses. He had a farmhouse. Where did all that money go? I just want to know. Did it go to Ria Chakravarti and her family, or was it distributed amongst you, the family? In which case, that means you have been given something, right? So you should be a little thankful to Sushant for that. I mean, these are things that have been all hidden. Yes.
And one thing that I want to call out here is, and probably uh, not exactly related to what you have asked, but one thing it deeply pains me is that why in these uh, campaign, whenever Priyanka ji comes on a space, she does not talk about accused number one, Chakravarti madam. She does not talk about Pithani. She does not talk about any of these people. And she is talking about nonsensical things, about the petty fights that have been going on in the campaign, and taking sides of one party A versus party B. I don't know what is she up to. I mean, अगर आपको यही चाहिए कि ठीक है तमाशा क्रिएट करना है, and if you want to understand that uh, what is going on and you're not able to make sense of it and the movement is not going anywhere, that's one thing. But what people, or what, like someone like me, what expect from the family is that, like, where is the case going?
Yeah.
What is being done? What about the different intricacies that we can face? You cannot just say that, oh, I cannot divulge more about it. Why? You are brave enough to come on the space and talk about other things. Why can't you not divulge about certain details of the campaign from a judicial perspective? So I feel like this, I mean, sorry to say, but I feel that there's not much contribution we are getting from the family when it comes to making sure that the case is in the right direction. All that
Yeah.
family has been involved in is like taglines, and maybe that was the reason why they kicked out Smita Parekh and her confidante, the elephant, out of the movement.
So Karthik is saying maybe overthinking, but what if Priyanka is doing exactly the opposite, trying to derail the SSR movement? Anything is possible. Money talks, you know.
With
So
the way,
here, yeah,
with
here,
the,
Karthik, I would not like to agree with you on the simple reason that she is his sister. So, we still believe in some moral values in India. So I would rather not comment on that. But yes, definitely, I would ask one question. She keeps asking, the SSRians about their loyalty and their sincerity, as if she is a king, and these are the noble men working under her. Like in UK, in England, we used to have the king, and you had all these, warriors. So she thinks that she's actually controlling them. To tell the truth, just like Saffron said, the movement had already started way long back, and she came only 1.5 years later. And that too, you give her a period of mourning, that's fine. But still, she came in late. And even Priyanka, even if you go out of the movement, nothing is going to affect the justice for SSR, because this is in our pulse, in our heartbeat, in every pore of our body. So please do not question that.
and there's a very good point raised by Tornado in comments, where Tornado is saying the house was renovated in such a jiffy and the family had no say in this. This
Yes,
seems
yes.
so odd. If the own sisters have no say, then who does? And why did they allow this to happen? I get it that it was a rented house, rented property, but a freaking murder, a death, a
Mhm.
mysterious under mysterious circumstances had happened
Mhm.
in that place, and you let it renovate. Who does that? How come even law enforcement agencies like Mumbai police allow that to happen? And why was the family quiet when this happened? There are so many things the family was quiet about, and now the family is opening their mouth on giving genuineness certificates to certain FSR warriors. Is this not breaking the movement? Is this not breaking the movement? And if you have to give certificate of fakeness, then give proof. Tell people what those SSRians have done. You have said that Smita Parekh is a backstabber, but you did not tell the whole story. What did she do to backstab you? I'm not saying by any stretch of imagination that Smita Parekh is a genuine SSR warrior. I know she is a backstabber for Priyanka ji and a fake SSR warrior. But what she has done, why don't you bring the light details in light? Why don't you put the details in light for everyone to see and understand what is going on in the movement? Is
So
that
Pooja
something
is
that
saying, आप SSRians को manipulate कर रहे हो. This is wrong. Meenachi, Saffron, perhaps you'd like to answer that.
uh, uh, Pooja ji, I think it is all about perspectives, right? What we are doing right now is calling out facts, and we are not afraid of this thing कि आप जैसे लोग क्या बोलोगे. People like you have targeted in past, and people like you will continue to target us. Maybe you support the family, and that is fair enough. You disagree with us, but then do you have any reasons of why you disagree? Do you have any reasons to believe why we are manipulating? If you have some proofs, please come on our show, and Meenaji will take you on the screen and you lay everything that she has done wrong, and
Yeah.
then you hear her side. And until then, please keep your comments to yourself, Pooja ji, because this does not put you in good light.
Yeah. And Pooja, let me also tell you, just a few days after his death, I was the one who wrote a complete detailed article, which is still there in Op India, where I told the readers that this is not a suicide, it is a murder, and I proved it with facts. Okay, so it was a very detailed article. If you would like to read it, it is still in Op India. This is way before the sisters or the family came into the see. Okay. And we've all, I mean, right from Saffron and all of us have been fighting ever since for this. We do not have to prove our credentials to you. Okay. I don't even know who you are. And if you are so fickle that simple words can, change your thought or your mind, then you shouldn't be an SSR at all. Because SSR warriors are made of much more substance. You know, we've been here for 2.5 years fighting it. And just a few words from Saffron or from me should not change you. We are a part of a huge circle. Okay. And the very reason that even after 2.5 years, we are talking about SSR is because we want to keep it live and we want justice. We could have closed it like many, many fake people did, like Smita Parekh, or like Tinotpa, or like all the actresses who acted with him and said they were close to him. So please do not suspect anything that we are doing. We are not. We don't have any other what you call hidden agenda. If you've been following our channel, you'll know exactly what we've been doing. We've been writing to the Prime Minister, to the Supreme Court judge. We've done everything we can, but we cannot fight politicians. We cannot fight the judiciary. Ultimately, those are the people who decide, you know, because our system is not as clean, as it should be. So please take back your words, and if you feel you're being, we are in a sense, deflating you, kindly go to another channel where you're more comfortable. Don't waste your time here. Yes, sir.
Yes, so we can see that, like, we majority of the people in the comments share the same sentiment like ourselves, and that's why I feel that it's high time that sisters need, Priyanka ji needs introspection on how, what things they have done that have caused harm to this movement. And these kind of things, when you support party A versus party B and give certificates of genuineness or fakeness, that's when the movement gets weakened. One thing you can say is that, like, I want to ignore all of this and I just want to talk about where the case is going, what's happening with the perpetrators, what's happening with Tai, what's happening with Pithani and other people in the uh, in the involved in that uh, heinous crime. But coming here and talking about warrior A is genuine, warrior B is a fake warrior, and all those things, it doesn't look good on you. More so when you did nothing when this movement uh, got attention and it became of the magnitude that it is today.
Yeah, and not only that, see, Saffron, when you look at a lot of the other issues, on a daily basis, Sushant is being, magnified by so many people, and who's standing up for him? It is all these SSRians. I'm not talking only about the Carabiner family. We're talking about so many more people who are there in the public, constantly protecting him. And this is after doing their job as well. So, these are all the selfless people. SSR was never their brother or their son or their, friend. So, how can you even doubt the good work that the SSRians do? See, we do not want to mention by name that this one did that or this one did that. All we are begging for is justice for SSR. How long will that take? If something like Aftab killing Shraddha, can be speeded up, hastened so fast in the courts and everything. Why can't something like this be fast tracked? I don't understand.
Ma'am, a lot of actions of family have been questionable and beyond the grasp of human logic. A lot of people, innocent and naive warriors, supported the family, and rightly so, because a family has lost their child. So definitely they will be supporting the family. But uh, I kind of feel like I'm able to draw analogy between Disha Salian's family and SSR's family in some or the other ways. Whereas, like, one family is completely saying that please leave our daughter alone. Now she's no more, and please don't malign her, and the other families coming and saying, trying to stifle voices of certain people who have been doing some good job, but she says that, like, these people are fake, ignore them. So I'm able to draw out some parallels between Disha Salian family and SSR family there. And when I say family, I mean like particularly the sister.
Yeah. And also the fact that, see, recently apparently they wrote to the president, for some movement in this. So instead of using the space, sort of fruitfully to tell us what happened to that letter, did they get any kind of response from the president's office? These are the things that we need to know. But other than that, she's only attacking people. Now, how the hell is Varun important for us? Varun is just one of the warriors. If he's a genuine one or not, I don't know. Okay, he's just sitting in USA doing something. That's it. And he gets angry when somebody else does an SSR show. So SSR is nobody's property. Neither is he yours, Priyanka. The moment he started working with the public, he became public property, and we started sharing his grief, and his death. So let us not, no way should you say that he's your property. And what you say is the Bible. It's not the Bible.
Ma'am, I think, yeah, it's high time, like, whether it's Varun Kapoor, whether it's Meena Das, whether it's Sandeep Fogat, or anyone else who have been, like, there are so many people talking about Sushant and trying to raise awareness. Uh, Doing these things, like, giving certificates of genuineness and fakeness is going to cause more problem, and we can see it is already causing it, right? You are hurting other people.
Who are working so hard.
Exactly, right? I mean, who the hell are you to pass on that judgment? Who are you? Even after questioning your actions, we have welcomed them, like, even when Priyanka ji went on these ground protests and all, I said, too late now, but at least she's doing something, right? But you are coming and saying you have not taken any names, but that's how you seem to operate. You say that, oh, I'm being threatened, but I cannot divulge more. Then you shouldn't have divulged that you are getting threatened, right? Come
Absolutely.
out with everything. You have to give the context to everything, and because you don't do that job, we have to come live and we have to opine, because you are not doing that job, Priyanka ji, so please do that.
Yeah. Also, going back to this, every time she speaks like this, I'm reminded of what happened in the past. See, when SSR died, everybody who was not connected with SSR entered the flat. First you had a duplicate police, okay, wearing slippers, who came in, and then you had these real-like characters going in and giving parcels and all that, and then you had servants carrying bags and going out, okay, and then you had many ambulances coming in, okay. Now, leave all that aside. What was Meetu doing with Sandeep Singh? Does Priyanka have an answer for that? Sandeep Singh is connected with drugs. Okay, his growth has been through drugs. His story is completely based on that.
Well,
He's the one who connected with a producer, Pujari, and that's how he became connected with producing films. A boy who came from Bihar, who had absolutely no money, came and became a producer of big films like Modi, Narendra Modi, and now he's going to do Atal Vajpayee's movie also. So where did this man make money? And even if he made such money, what is the source? And why was he holding this girl Mitu so closely? Was he even related to you? Okay, you guys were saying that he's not even connected to you. So why hasn't Priyanka till today clarified the hold that Sandeep Singh had on the family?
I think lot of things have been, like, unanswered about Sandeep Singh. uh, Even back then, when he was keeping his arm around the sister, and the sister was just following the directions of the project manager, Sandeep Singh at the site of the murder. I don't understand. These are the things that they haven't spoken about. These are the things that they haven't given any clarity on, right? You have not spoken about. You could talk about past. What was your equation with Tai? How things went? What actually happened? You have a Twitter account. You went on certain YouTube channels, right? You had the platform. You can make your own platform. You don't need anybody doing anything for you. Like, there will be people who can help you and run things. And you can come and you can talk about what was your relationship or lack thereof with certain characters who are now being seen as perpetrators of Sushant Singh Rajput murder. But have you done anything to bring that in front of people? You are well within your capacity to tell the truth to the people. You haven't spoken about those things. You keep talking about taglines, morning tagline, evening tagline. Okay, do that. Nobody's saying that. I don't think it's causing any harm per se. But what is your focus in this campaign? You worked with the wrong people in the campaign despite showing you proofs. We have always, anytime we have gone up against anybody in this movement, we have the proofs. We have not done anything without proofs. And now you are saying, you are agreeing to our narrative that yes, that person was a backstabber, but now you are coming in and doing the same mistake that you did several months ago or maybe last year, and now you're doing it with some other person. How long are we supposed to uh, make you aware, question you, or should we stop taking you seriously and just think that okay, this this person is incorrigible? कुछ लोग होते हैं ना, उनको हिंदी में सुधारतित कहते हैं. They nothing is, they cannot change. They have like uh, thick skin or whatsoever. So I don't understand like what is going on with the family, that like I have to constantly talk about the wrongdoings that they are indulged in.
Yeah. So Nisha says, yes, that was exactly what has been troubling me from the word go. The way Me Too was emotionless when SSR's body was on the bed. Now, here, let me just add one more point here. See, the police who was standing next to the body could be heard saying that, see, please do not say it aloud. If you say it aloud, people will understand that there is something wrong in the investigation. Now, if I'm standing there and my brother has been killed in this manner and police are speaking like this, then immediately what I'll do is I'll pull this policeman and take him to his senior and say that this is what he said. What is the, hanky-panky going on behind the scenes? Now, she's just watching them emotionless. So let them talk whatever, and some person in the form of an angel, took those videos for us to see. And we could actually see that the sister was actually just keeping quiet, not protesting, not going and taking action. I mean, these girls are all city bred. They are not people from the villages, who don't know the rules. So they could approach, isn't it? Similarly, when Sushant Singh was taken on a trip to Europe, when he came back, he was immediately kept for a week in Ria's house, where he was again being drugged, and then he was put in a spa, where again he was under lock and chain. So did the family never question this? See, all the time you've been ignoring what your brother has been suffering, and then you take it out on the people who are supporting his. Look, we are giving our life for him, and we'll continue to do it, regardless of whether you or your sisters are in front or not. We asked you for an interview. We asked you to come on our platform. You never did. Why? Do you even suspect that our channel is not true? We've been fighting for 2.5 years. So there is something very wrong in what you say. Because if you're really scared and somebody is threatening you, you need to be very open about it. But if you're just supporting one YouTuber and saying that, see, that guy is being harassed or whatever, I don't even know the link, then there is something wrong. You're going after the person, people who are, not even matter in this case. The real thing is go to the authorities and somehow get this case, fastened. You know,
I think Nisha ji has asked a question uh, and asking, like, do you
yeah.
think Me Too was so emotionless only because she was not aware of it being videotaped or that video would be leaked? I think that, okay, I would give some benefit of doubt there, that, like, certain people have, they show different behavior when they are put under stress. Some people, they just, like, freak out and go berserk. And then there are people like Mitu ji, the way she reacted, she was completely shelled in shock, traumatized. But one thing that I really wanted to point out was, after she went through all of that, very heinous ordeal, so to speak, she did come on Twitter and she did tweet in some capacity. But we never came to know about, like, what were the things that were happening. Okay, I understand that you gave your statement to the CBI and you are not allowed to talk about it, but there are certain things that you can talk about which won't hinder CBI investigation. Did you talk about it? No. You kept putting all those obscure tweets about, like, justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, when you knew so much, when you knew you could have done your parallel investigation. You could have picked up the phone, reached out to Sandeep Singh, who was having his arm around you. Did you even care to know who was that person if you don't know him? What's up with Pithani? Did you care to find out, like, what these guys are up to? What must have happened? Did you try to get to the bottom of it? Or is there something more that you know that you are not telling us? Then let us know, just like your sister did, that I am being threatened, but I can't divulge more. You haven't done that as well, right? So, all of these things, tell me one person from the SSR family who is coming out in the open and fighting vehemently and calling out things for what they are. हो गया यार, केस को अभी चल के अभी 2.5 साल हो गए. It's been over 2.5 years now. You are not getting justice. Why do you care that certain things you cannot divulge and certain things you cannot talk about? Talk about it, because the judicial process is not talking about it. So you talk about it. Say out in the loud what you think happened and what is the truth. Because you being family, you being closer to Sushant, you know exactly what happened. You should know. If you don't know, then you didn't know your brother well, right? Meena ji just said that, like, he was taken to Europe, he came back, he was put in Riya Chakrabarti's custody, so to speak, and then he was drugged and whatever happened with him. We know all that. We know all what all happened from our perspective. Do you know more? Then you should come out and talk about it. Why? What is stopping you?
So can you imagine, Saffron? A makeup man comes out of the house. A makeup man, a famous makeup man from in the films, comes out of the house, which means his wounds have been disguised. Yeah. So this you didn't ask questions. Okay. Now here, this pure soul is asking. This case is very difficult due to so many cabal bank gangs, especially underworld. It's easy, Minaji, to say against a family that goes through their hearts. Only they know. We need to emphasize. First of all, pure soul, let me just get a few things clear. Okay. The first thing is that I think we know more than you. Because for 2.5 years, we've been ripping the whole case apart and trying to find out the causes. Okay, just like a dissection, we've been doing it, bit by bit, and we know exactly the names of the people who have also murdered him. Okay. Second thing is, you're saying it's very easy to attack the family, and what goes through their hearts. Now, we are not attacking. We're not attacking. We're just saying that the family came in late. The sisters came in late into the sea. And when they came in late, it took them a long time, too much, too long, to understand who is an enemy and who is a genuine well-wisher. Okay. So they took Smita Parekh just like their best friend all around town. went into all the interviews with this lady, knowing, they say that they didn't know that she was devious. They had all the support of a man like Nilotpal, who even in the papers itself show that he's a smuggler. Okay. You were with him as well. You were all going around, holding placards and all that. All that time we were telling you, especially Saffron, was telling you that these were imposters. You didn't listen. And now you are telling us that we are attacking them? No, we're not. We respect the family, especially the father. I will not talk about the sisters because the sisters we have some doubts. Okay. The father, we are with the father. So please do not tell us that we are speaking against the family. No, we're not bothered about that. We are SSRians who have been fighting since 2.5 years. We will continue to do it, with all our vigor. Okay. So you are nobody to tell us that, see, you leave the movement and I will continue. Or if I leave, you won't be there in the movement. No. Please stop patronizing us and telling us that, see, you are the one who will decide what will happen in the Sushant Singh movement. No. We are the ones who will decide that. Okay. So even if you're gone, your sisters are gone, we will still fight. And we do not have anything against you. What you're saying is what we are asking. And Saffron is very clear. When you are putting a tweet like this, please explain it clearly so that people know. Right, Saffron?
Yes, exactly, ma'am. And there's one person who commented, now even the Maharashtra government has changed and Raneji is flaunting the pen drive. Why doesn't the family ask about the same? Exactly. So these are the things family should be talking about rather than giving certificate of genuineness and fakeness to the SSR warriors. आपको प्रियंका जी इतनी क्या तकलीफ हो रही है अगर लोग यहाँ पे जुड़े हुए हैं आपके भाई के लिए जस्टिस मांगने के लिए, राइट? और आपके एक्शंस को भी क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं जैसे कि कुछ एक्शंस को हमने क्वेश्चन किया है. You are sister of SSR. There are going to be questions raised if people feel that some things are not being done right. You are under no obligation to answer us. I'm not saying that you are under an obligation to answer us. But कुछ तो लोग कहने वाले हैं ना, if they don't see the things moving in the right direction. तो फिर अगर आपका यही फंडा है कि आप लोगों को जेन्युइन और फेक का सर्टिफिकेट बांटते रहेंगे, तो फिर आप भी एक तरीके से मूवमेंट से ध्यान हट रहा है. You are not talking about the crux. You're not talking about the fact that the perpetrators who were responsible for Sushant Singh murder are now flourishing. Their careers are flourishing. They have started appearing shamelessly in all of the social media platforms. They are getting projects. They are making money. Their films are releasing. Talk about that. We know Smita Parekh was a backstabber. We know that you have ousted Nilotpal Mrinal from this campaign. Now don't start supporting any XYZ YouTuber over other and start committing the same mistakes and again and again because these people are going to use you as they have been throughout. अगर उनमें guts रहते, if these people had guts, they would have questioned you. They would have had an opinion of themselves, not sitting like a freaking Siamese twin and doing, oh, is this apple? And if you're saying no, it's an orange, then they're calling it an orange. That's not how it works. You have to question. If you don't perceive something as a fact, we talk about it here. And you are more than welcome to come and challenge us if you want to, or correct us with your side of things. But if you are going
And
to put
also point even one session where we have gone against them.
exactly, and if you have anything that you want to talk about, you are more than welcome to come here, and we will welcome you with open arms and give you a chance to present your side of the story along with all the evidences. We know if you have anywhere felt that we are attacking you, which we are not, we are questioning you, and we are going to question, right? If we don't find certain things, we are going to question, we are going to have an opinion. We are not saying it just out of thin air. But if you are saying that, oh, if you're tweeting that I am being threatened, and then you come on the space and you say that certain people are fake in this movement, who is threatening you? Maharashtra government? मुंबई पुलिस, महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट तो अभी बेबी पेंगुइन के कंट्रोल में है नहीं. So who is threatening you? So I feel like, these are the kind of sensational tactics which the lawyer used to do initially. Now Priyanka ji has also started doing the same thing. I cannot reveal it now. I'm being threatened. The lawyer used to say many times that I'm being threatened. I'm being threatened. कम से कम नाम तो बताइए कौन थ्रेटन कर रहा है आपको.
N says very nicely, the sisters' silence is equivalent to Bollywood's silence. They have all sold their souls. The death cult has hold over everyone in the field. A lot of what went on behind the scenes between the sisters we will never know, says Namrata, and the CBI will not take kindly to talking about things in public. Exactly. How even the Maharashtra government has changed. Raniji is flaunting pen drive. Why don't the family ask the same?
Ma'am,
We are still so emotional, just as fans are still hurting, while the own sister who saw SSR in the state come on a bike for protests. So all these things are, why we are asking you. See,
you look at this person, Jesse Corji, running an unproductive, unsupportive session in Priyanka Singh's name. True colors shown when you keep gunning for her and mocking her. She will divulge the truth when the time is right. Are when the
yeah, let
time
her,
is
let
right.
her, let her divulge the truth and let her tell us. If we are, if she finds something wrong with us, let her come openly and tell us that. See, Saffron, you and Amina have been doing this, so let her come out with proof. That we've never fought in this case for her brother.
I want to ask Jesse Corji, when will the time be right? We are entering into the third year with no movement in the case. When is the time right, according to you? It is because of blind supporters like yourself that elements like these flex their muscle on social media and manipulate you. Now it must be a fake ID, Jesse Corji, who is just calling out her mind and trying to attack us.
Karthik is saying more than the actual postmortem of SSR. His case has been dissected by all SSR warriors to show the truth, all of the media. Nothing is in here. You see, when you talk about postmortem, Karthik, let me also ask another question to Priyanka. When Riya Chakravarti and this very, very, strange man, Sanjay Singh, went with another man to the postmortem with Riya's complete family, where were you? Okay, they spent quite some time at the postmortem, and that's when she said, sorry, Babu, according to whatever the other person said. But here, everybody was there except your family. You speak so boldly now. What stopped you from going to the postmortem room, and finding out the mortuary and finding out, whether your brother had some injuries on his body, whether his neck was turned around, whether there was a mark near his neck, whether his leg was broken, whether his spine was broken, because these are the proofs that we have seen in the photos. Did you even bother to go to the mortuary? You never did. All the wrong people from the cabal were there all the time around his body. You never questioned that. You never questioned the culprits, and you're talking about people who have fought for 2.5 years, without resting. Yes.
She's also not talking very conveniently. She did not speak about the event where these so-called supporters of Priyanka ji went and there was wine being served, alcohol and meat was served, and it was kept beside Sushant's photograph.
Yeah.
And she's calling those people as genuine. I mean, shame on you, Priyanka ji, for not noticing these things and doing more harm to the movement than the good, so many good things that you could have done.
Even don't forget the fact, that Ankita Lokande, she said that she lost part of her life because of Sushant. She actually blamed Sushant, for the fact that some of the, she lost some important years of her life. How come? I mean, she's slipping in and out of relationships. She doesn't have a problem with that. But Sushant Singh is the one who, took away part of her life. And isn't the flat that she's staying in bought by him? So there are so many things that you never even asked Ankita Lokande that. You were so quick to take her in, as your confidant, and speak so nicely about her, wish her for her birthday. She was the first woman that we all suspected. We suspected Smita Parekh. We suspected Nirod Pal. Now you're slowly making them all, okay, villains, right? Now you're saying you're being threatened. Tell us the truth. Who's threatening you? If you can be so bold as to come in a space and talk about this, I'm sure you have more guts to reveal who it is. In January interview, sister said she noticed the height of difference between fan and bed, but this still filed yes, 306.
Exactly. These are the questions. These are the questions which will go unanswered always.
You remember at Ankita Lokande's birthday, you see a completely transformed Ankita, not the one who looks like a bahu in Ekta Kapoor serial. She was wearing something like a micro mini, and her, fiance was hugging some other woman. And in one corner, you find Sandeep Singh. Sandeep Singh was there throughout the scene. What is Ankita's relationship with Sandeep Singh? The person we most suspect. And still you were close to Ankita. So it seems like, I'm not blaming you, but I'm sure the people who are advising you are wrong people. Okay? Either you're not able to judge people properly, or you're just, imagining, some sort of enemies you have and coming out with that, or you are just delaying the case. These are some things that are happening, and I'm not sure, about that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think with this, Saffron, I'll end this show because we have another guest waiting at 8. So thank you so much for your time and for the, the way you explained it so well, and always coming out with so much of clarity in the case of SSR, and his death. So it reassures a lot of the SSRians that the unity remains to find out and work for justice of SSR.
And thank you, ma'am, for facilitating these conversations. And thank you to all our viewers, like-minded viewers who agree with the tough questions that we ask here. And we will continue to ask no matter who feels bad, whether it is family or it is some California YouTuber. So until next time, Jai Hind.
Yeah. And also the question, is open to Priyanka. She's welcome on our channel to speak and to even ask us if she has any doubts that she would like to clarify. Please come, and we'll be absolutely open. Do come. Yeah. Thank you and good night and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.